right. Well, we just saw weapons, so now we got optics to go on top of it. Steve here is from Leupold, and he came to show us a couple of the sights that they have.
What we have here is our new Mark 6 1:6. The features of this scope are that there's a daylight bright holographic reticle, so that you can use this sight down on 1 power for CQB, rapid target acquisition.
So there's actually red dot sight inside.
Right.
There. Okay.
Right. So the illumination is daylight bright. It's an extremely bright dot that will be projected against any kind of background.
So you go inside, you need that, and then you go outside, you need long range.
Right, and you can dial it up to 6 power to engage targets out 600-800 meters and beyond. What we did is we've come back with another design based on that CQBSS.
Lighter.
It's lighter, but it still carries the holographic dot feature. And
now, is this available now?
Yes,
for
it
people
is.
to purchase? Okay,
Yes, it
and
is.
that's for government and commercial? Or?
Yes, in fact, just recently, when we going into production with the scope, the Army identified this for the Soldier Enhancement Program. So there is a set buy of 350 scopes that are downrange in Afghanistan right now.
Right now in action.
Yeah, testing the concept of a variable powered optic on general infantry. The important point, they're taking off RCOs right now and putting this application on there. And where this really shines is in that CQB scenario. The RCO is a 4X design. Some of them have a mini red dot sight up on top of them, but they're slow for target acquisition compared to this system.
All in one.
Right, and then this has superior optical design. It's a lot brighter and clearer than,
you
the
guys
RCO.
make a great optics.
Right. So kind of going through the features of this, the illumination is over on the left-hand side. It uses a standard 2032 coin cell. There are off positions between each one of the on positions, so you can find that setting that you like. And
you said you can custom.
Right. This has our zero lock bullet drop compensating turret on it. It actually locks in the zero position.
So if you thumb switch.
Yeah, if you get against something, you're not going to be dialing elevation into your scope when you're egress. Turn it off at zero, and you can make an adjustment. This particular scope has our CMRW reticle in it, and this is what we sent downrange with the Army. So it's a ballistic reticle, so the operator doesn't need to dial. It has wind holds. There's 18-inch ranging features in it, so you can pull the weapon up, bracket the shoulders, and take the shot. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the 1:6. I said it's very popular. We're working through our back orders right now. The plan was to make that commercial launch, and have stuff ready. Well, the government snapped up those original ones, which is great for us.
So now we have the DAGR, another great product from Leupold. So tell me a few features about this.
Yeah,
why it's different.
To kind of talk in genesis of where this started, there's a solicitation for SOCOM called the ECOS-O, it's an Enhanced Combat Optic Sight Optimized.
Okay.
So there's a government solicitation for SOCOM. They want this solution to apply to the gas guns. This is actually the scope that we put together and submitted for that solicitation. We're calling it the DAGR. It's a Leupold 3-18. This has a zero lock turret on it also, low profile turret so that you can see over the top of it for the CQB sight. From an operational standpoint, again, it's a 3-18 zoom, and when you're in a CQB scenario, you establish a chin weld and sight through the Aimpoint Micro T1 on top.
Right, and y'all worked with Aimpoint to create this system.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so the bracket on this, tell us about the bracket.
Yeah, so the mounting solution is the Leupold Mark 6 mount. Really, to talk about the mounts in particular with the Leupold products, what really drove us to design mounts was coming up with something that was durable enough to actually withstand the test scenario that we run on the rifle scopes. So we would buy mounts, try to test our scopes, so the mounts would break instead of the scopes. So we built our original Mark IV mounts to do that, and this is a genesis of that. It's a one-piece mount, half-inch wrench to torque it on, and it has great return to zero. This is a very solid mount. And one of the things that we find with customers that complain specifically about point of aim shifts on rifle scopes, 90% of the time it's a mount failure. So there's a lot of mount vendors out there, and you kind of get.
Well, if you spend that much money on an optic, you pony up a little bit on the mount.
Absolutely.
Can't get cheap.
So, the DAGR is a big program. It's going to be commercially available probably mid-year.
All right. Well, Steve, thank you very much for coming and seeing us. And
thank you.
we love Leupold. Been a great brand for you.
Yeah. Thanks for the partnership.
Thank you.